5 years before retirement are really make or break as you prepare for that transition. And here are some of the biggest avoidable mistakes that we see.
We see a lot of them. Let's start with the first one, and probably the one that can really hit people kind of out of the blue: underestimating healthcare costs.
Well, exactly. Most of our clients that are working have company sponsored health care, and their healthcare costs are pretty darn reasonable.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But if you're not 65, you're going to be, for the most part, paying your own health care.
Right.
And a lot of people think, oh, it'll be about the same.
Be about the same, and unfortunately, that's not always the case. Sometimes it's based on income. If you decide to go with Cobra plan, that might be super expensive. So
exactly. And very few of our clients today have a grandfathered healthcare plan with their prior employer. So yeah, you got to really pay attention to what that cost's going to be, and start preparing for that. What's the next one?
Carrying too much debt into retirement.
I thought that's good.
Yes.
Government is knee deep, neck deep in debt.
Yeah, they're big proponents of that. So yeah, carrying too much debt. We can differentiate the types of debt, but some people's debt load can be a stranglehold on your retirement plan.
Well, that's for sure. Retirement is all about cash flow, and what you got coming in and what you got going out. And so, yeah, if you're carrying a lot of debt, a lot of people think, well, I have to have the house paid for. You don't. It's better if you do, but you don't. But we sure don't like to see credit card debt. We don't like to see, high interest car loans. Unfortunately, we don't like to see student loan debt.
Right.
You'd hate to see that when you're getting ready to retire, but we do sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, having too much debt is going to really eat into that cash flow that you're going to need in retirement.
Yeah, flexible rate consumer loans is another one that, those adjustable rates can really be a burden for sure during the wrong times. So, anyway.
Next one would be taking on too much market risk. So, right now as we film this, markets have done very well the last several years. Really, the big last downturn we had, significant, was 2022. Mm-hmm. And so we have a lot of clients that maybe pushed all their chips onto technology. Done great.
Done great. It's done fantastic. I mean, historically speaking, over the last 10 years, it's done great. But you're right. If you hit the wrong year, man, that can set you back. There's going to be some other videos that we do in the future on that. But yeah, it can be a real problem.
And it wouldn't surprise Devin or I, we've been doing this 30 years, to see a significant, and I mean 30%, 40% drop in some of those technology names. So as you prepare, and maybe those last 5 years to retirement or in retirement, right, you suffer a 30 or 40 or more percent drop in your life savings, that's going to be catastrophic to your retirement. Right. So not a good idea at all.
Yeah. Hopefully you're not in retirement when that happens, but if it is the case, it can be a tough one to dig out of. So next, no income plan distribution plan, excuse me. So
yeah, not having a plan for, I'll figure it out as I go.
Mm-hmm.
That's not a good plan. So trying to determine where and what sources of income you're going to be drawing from, whether it be a pension, whether it be Social Security, investment income, rental income, and then designing your retirement around that plan. So if you don't have that, big mistake.
Big mistake. I think one of the bigger ones that we see from time to time is folks will say, I always do it once a year. I want to take my lump sum distribution once a year, and they try to time the market at the perfect time that year, and that can be a tough one each and every year. So
for sure. So not a good plan. No plan is no plan.
No plan is a bad plan.
Last would be taking your Social Security too soon. So we do see a lot of people do that, and I would say there's not a right or a wrong. However, it all will depend on how long you live.
Right. Yeah. I get people that, I'm sorry to interrupt you, I get people all the time that tell me, hey, when should I take it? And what's the perfect time to take it? And I always come back with, well, tell me how long you're going to live. And I'll tell you the perfect time to take it.
Exactly, to maximize the amount that you get. So really that's an individual basis to kind of come up with that strategy. But just because you're 62, which is the earliest you can draw on your own benefit, that's not the right time to do it. There's a lot more to factor in to determine if Social Security drawing it at 62 makes sense, or maybe age 70. I can tell you what for sure makes sense is draw it at 70. Don't wait any longer than that.
We've had clients wait longer.
Yeah.
It's kind of an interesting conversation to have when people are 71, 72, and they come to us for the first time and say, I still haven't drawn my Social Security.
Yeah, and for those of you watching, it stops growing at age 70. So there's absolutely no reason to wait past 70 to draw your Social Security.
Right.
So a lot of big things to consider as you approach retirement. And it's best to talk to a professional to make sure you don't make one of these huge mistakes. Anything to add?
No, I think that's perfect.
Great. Thanks for watching.